What's up, YouTube? Welcome to yet another video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today I really want to talk about preparing for summer. All right, now summer is just around the corner and temperatures are beginning to rise up in the 80s. So what I have really come to a conclusion about preparing for summer is that all the things that you've been doing prior to now in terms of fertilizing your lawn is very important. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I have really been spoon feeding all spring. I've been really spoon feeding with the fertilizer that I'm about to show you and trouble spots in my lawn for a while. And the past 3 years I've been really battling these trouble spots, but ever since I started spoon feeding this year, I've seen a very tremendous improvement in my lawn. And I'll show you guys the areas that I'm talking about, and I will show you the before and after how we used to look, so you can see around the same time last year how my lawn was really looking. So for me, I think spoon feeding is the way to go. It might not be the same for you guys, but you know, I've done a lot of experiment here and there, and I figured that giving the turf small bits of nutrients and you know, and fertilizing in small bits, it helps the turf to thrive really to its potential. So let me show you guys what I'm using for the summer, and this will be the last fertilization before the summer. So once I put this down, there will be no more granular for me. I'm gonna put my last granular application today, and that will be it for me till fall. So let me show you guys what I have going on here. Now, the first is Protein Plus from Earthworks. Now, I've been using this all spring long, and I've had tremendous results. Okay, it states on the label that you should apply this at 6 ounces per 1,000 square feet, but I have been doing it at 3 ounces per 1,000 square feet every week. Okay, so every week I've been putting this down at 3 ounces per 1,000. The other fertilizer which I just ran out of is the C3. And the C3 also, I've been putting it down at 3 ounces per 1,000 every week, and I've had tremendous results. I mean, I will show you guys the lawn when I'm done showing you what I'm using here. The next one, this is actually a wetting agent that I mix with my C3 and Protein Plus, and that's the Yucca Wet. It's all natural, and this helps hydrate the lawn. It helps the nutrients to, you know, penetrate through the soil and get. So I've been putting this also down at 3 ounces per 1,000. Okay, 3 ounces per 1,000. I mean 1 ounce per 1,000. I have a 3,000 square feet, so I've been putting this down at 1 ounce per 1,000, which is 3 ounces. Okay, now the last product that I'll be putting down is the Replenish 3, and this has a very low nitrogen, less than half a pound of nitrogen actually is what you'll be putting this down at. And this 25-pound bag, I'm actually trying to put down 10 pounds per 1,000. I have a 3,000 square feet, but I'm gonna use both bags. I'm gonna put down 50 pounds of this product down, and that should cover me up till the fall. Remember, this is all natural product, and I've been using natural product all season long. So if you remember in the beginning of spring, I used the other kind of Replenish from Earthworks. I'll put a video up so you guys can see that. And this is the 3% nitrogen, 3% phosphorus, and 3% potassium. Very low, and it's not gonna help. It's not gonna give you that surge growth during the summer. And this fertilizer actually has the mycorrhizal organic fertilizer, or the mycorrhiza, which will feed your microorganisms in the soil throughout the summer. So I'm going with this, and that will be as far as nitrogen. It has also, let me see, water soluble nitrogen 0.9% and water soluble nitrogen 2.1%. Okay, So I'm gonna put this in, set our spreader to 5, and spread this down the yard. But before I do that, I really want to show you guys my trouble areas so that you guys can see how the lawn is really looking right now. It's looking really great. My trouble spots are all very thick and lush right now. And the temperature today has been about upper 70s, about 78, 79, and the turf is holding pretty good. Okay guys, so this area right here at my lawn used to be my trouble area, really. And as you can see, you know, it's looking really good. I've been, like I said, spoon feeding all spring, and it's looking really good. It's very thick, very lush. I haven't had any stress area per se, almost the whole lawn. I haven't noticed any stress at all using the products I just showed you guys. And I'm very, like, I can't wait to see how this turf is gonna react come the summer. I might show you guys some documentation or some after, say if we hit like a 90 degrees or 98 degrees weather. I really want to see how this turf is gonna react. But I mean, you be the judge. This is really nice. Now, I've also changed sprinkler system. I'm going with the above sprinkler system because I want the best coverage, and I have kind of configured the sprinkler heads. I only have 3, but the way I've configured it, it's able to cover the whole yard. So me having one here, one there, and one over there covers the entire yard. I'm really gearing up, and you guys should too. I did the tuna can challenge, tuna can procedure where you know, you try to make sure you get enough water down, which is an inch to a half an inch of water, you know. So for the summer, I will tell you guys, you have to gear up for at least 2 inches, because that's what I measured my tuna can by checking my water with the tuna can. I set my minutes for, you know, try to get at least 2 inches of water a week. Okay, I know the cliche is 1.5 inch of water to 1.5 inch of water, but I'm gearing up for 2 inches of water. Okay, 2 inches of water every 3 days or so is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with, and if I start to see some trouble areas, then I will do it maybe every 2 days or so. It all depends. You got to play around with these things. So yeah, so I really like what I'm saying now. I'm not worried about stripes right now or anything like that. I just want to get the yard, you know, healthy and ready for the summer. So you guys, if I think summer for me in the Southern Maryland area starts, I believe is June 20th. So either June 20th or June 19th. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. I'll have to really double check that. But I'm getting ready, because last year my lawn, I had to let it go dormant because I wasn't getting enough coverage with the sprinkler system that I had at the time. So I wasn't going to be wasting water just watering a section, and whilst the whole yard wasn't getting enough water. So I end up letting the yard go dormant, which, you know, it was a mistake on my part too. Like I said, you know, as a DIYer, I wasn't watering. Even though you are letting your lawn go dormant, you have to water your lawn at least once a week. And I didn't do that. And what ended up happening was that I lost a lot of my turf. A lot of my grass was dead by the time I was ready to overseed. So it's a lesson learned. And if I was to do that again, I would definitely water at least once a week so my grass doesn't die off. So these are the little tips that I'm giving you guys right now, because I went through it, and I'm trying this method this time around to see how the yard is going to respond to the fertilizer that I showed you guys. Now the Protein Plus, I'm going to be using that probably every week. I will continue every week giving the 3 ounces per 1,000, but it won't be no more granular for me, because I don't want to put too much nitrogen. Even though the nitrogen between the two products is not a whole lot, I'm really focused on the turf getting the necessary nutrients that is in the protein plus, which is the humic, calc, and a little bit of leaf potassium in it. So to keep the lawn, and try to survive the summer. I don't know if we're going to be constantly in the 90s or not. And, there's so much unknown right now. So you have to really, gear up and get ready for the summer. And water is going to be a very big issue. And you have to water smart, if you don't want to waste, you don't want to waste or pay a lot of water bill, then you got to do the tuna can method to get enough water down. As DIYers, I know we don't tend to do that. We just set the sprinkler system maybe 30 minutes, maybe 10, 15, and we'll call it a day. But you have to do the tuna can, just like the way we preach about doing the soil test so that you know exactly what to put down on your turf. It's the same thing when it comes to the watering. You have to do it to get the right amount of water down, okay? And if you don't, then that will be a big issue. That'll be a big issue. All right, and just like that, we're done, okay? We're done. Now, let's recap real quick. In order for you to prepare for the summer, you want to put down your last fertilization, granular or liquid. You want to put it down now because the temperature is beginning to go up in the 80s. So even though we're not yet into summer mode, you want to put your last spring fertilization down. And then also you want to make sure you calibrate your sprinkler systems. Make sure that you're getting at least an inch to a half an inch of water down. All right, very important. Water, without water, all this that I just did, it's a waste. So you want to make sure you dial up your water routine as well. Now, once you're done, you just gotta stay off the lawn when it's hot. Unless it's really necessary, you want to stay off the lawn. All right, so these are my tips. Please, if you have any additional tips that you would like to share, you can comment in the section below, and we can all learn from it. Okay, so with that being said, don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you guys in the next video.